So it's August now, and a couple people have asked me how our zero waste challenge went in July, and it went okay. So the reason why I say okay is because it really did, I mean, we've been doing this pretty hardcore since February. So we got our jars, I made bulk bags, we've changed a lot of our diet to reflect a zero waste lifestyle, but also getting healthy, saving money, and just again being very intentional with our purchases. And like I said at the beginning of this challenge, the place that we had the most waste, that I think most Americans can relate to, the most waste is happening in your kitchen. So there's a lot of single-use packaging, just tons of packaging, just unnecessary stuff. The more you get into the zero waste piece, the more you'll notice it just kind of irritates you. You'll go to Costco and you'll see just all the single-use packaging. Even apples are wrapped in plastic. It's just not necessary. The areas that were the hardest were in circumstances where I didn't plan. So for whatever reason, I just didn't make a decision about what to eat for dinner, and you have to travel 30 minutes in order to go to a place with a bulk bin offering where you can bring your own packaging. Packaging meaning the bulk bags and my glassware. A week ago for my son's birthday party, I went grocery shopping and I wasn't going to bring any of my bulk bags or glassware or anything like that. I was just going to shop the bulk bins and use the paper bags that were available there. The problem that I had, you overbuy. That's an issue. So I had stuff that had nowhere to go because the glass jar was already full, and I spent way more money than I was intending to because I didn't really have something to gauge how much I was putting into the bags. And then also what I did for the birthday party. So this is just a good example of the issue we had in July. I wanted to have beer and wine at the party. I wanted to have, my son requested macaroni and cheese. I wanted to have like little snacks that my son likes that everyone could eat while they're here. First stop that I went to was Costco because I needed to purchase cheese, which you can't buy here and bring in your own packaging for. You'd have to bring it home in plastic. So I wanted to make sure that if I'm going to buy something packaged, that I buy a good amount of something packaged with one package around it. And also got my staples like coconut oil while I was there too. After Costco, I then went to the wine district over in Woodinville. It's a warehouse area where there's just tons of wineries, and then there's also a brewery there. So I went to the winery, and this is, by the way, minus kids because my husband thankfully watched them. When I bring my kids along, it is a zoo. So I went into the winery and got the bottle refilled at Piccolo Wines. Then I went over to the brewery up the street and got my 2 growlers filled up there. Nice thing about going to the brewery versus a bar is that you do save a lot of money. And then from there I went to PCC, which is a health food store, which is down the street. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. And by then I was kind of just like done with shopping. I brought my shopping bags in, no bulk bags or anything like that. I got all of the stuff filled using the bulk bins as far as snacks go. PCC is a little bit more expensive in their bulk area, but then of course with buying gluten-free pasta, you can't really buy gluten-free in bulk bins, as my mom said in the previous video. And even if they did take the time to make a responsible like gluten-free area, they just didn't have gluten-free pasta, so I bought it in a box. I bought 4 boxes, and that was another issue. You couldn't just buy one big box of gluten-free pasta. You have to buy these 4 tiny little boxes of it. So I could go on and on and on about the experience that we've been having really since February and in July. But the biggest things that I took away from it is that the average family is just not going to live this type of a lifestyle. Being zero waste is a lifestyle. It's more than just eliminating packaging. It's really just paying attention to what is most important in your life, prioritizing and making sure that all the time and resources that you have are well spent in the most functional and the most positive way that they can be. Not everyone can live this lifestyle where you're bringing bulk bags and glassware in because the grocery stores that most people have around their houses are just not supportive of this. One of the nice things about doing this challenge and doing vlogs like this has been that I've gotten to talk a little bit more about zero waste with people. People will ask me about it. They'll ask me tips on how to remove some of the waste from their lives too, and so that's been really cool. And it's also just shown our friends and family that this is an important thing that we're doing. Why do I bring my bags? Why do I take the extra step of planning? And it's to be more intentional with our purchases, to feel healthier, to feel happier, and to save money in the process. And I think that's something that the zero waste lifestyle really does enable you to do. I want to continue vlogging and continue sharing about zero waste, and I definitely feel like this is a priority in our life, sharing more about it and doing more to contribute to the movement. Thanks so much for subscribing. I'll continue to do vlogs from this channel. Continue to subscribe. Follow Shane and I at thedonoghs.com. Both of our Instagrams pop in over there. And I also share fun little recipes that I'm making our family.